It's a big snap to Pakistan. Right here in the morning, we're getting news that Bangladesh is also likely to skip the SAARC Summit to be held in Islamabad. Bangladesh will not be attending the SAARC Summit in Pakistan. It has joined India in boycotting the meet taking place in Islamabad in November. According to statements sent to Nepal, the current chair of SAARC, Bangladesh has cited growing interference in its affairs by one country, a country which it has not named. According to Dhaka, this has created an environment not conducive for a summit. The statement further says that the summit can only go forward in a more congenial atmosphere. We have India Today's executive editor Gaurav Sawant who's joining us this morning. So Gaurav, it seems that diplomatic isolation and after that SAARC card is what India has successfully played. We had Afghanistan supporting India's call not to go support SAARC Summit in Islamabad. Bangladesh now joining it.
Bangladesh has officially said that it will not attend the 19th SAARC Summit in Islamabad. It's blamed Pakistan-sponsored terror in Bangladesh for this. And that's a very strong statement. It's a statement almost as strong as the statement issued by India for boycotting or opting out of SAARC in Pakistan. So Afghanistan has said it officially, India said it officially, Bangladesh has said it officially. Statements that have already been delivered to Nepal, that's the current SAARC chair. What we are now being told is Bhutan is about to do that in a short while from now. Very soon it could well be Sri Lanka, and then Pakistan's isolation in this region is complete. And that is only one part of the story. The second part, and a bigger part of that story, is the new regional alliance that India is spearheading. And that's the story India Today viewers are getting first. India is taking forward a new regional alliance, BIMSTEC. It'll have a very important meeting in Goa, and in that meeting there'll be a new road ahead for this entire region to move forward economically, development, keeping Pakistan-sponsored terror out. Pakistan is not invited for that meeting.
Right, Gaurav, be with us because let's take our viewers through how the SAARC boycott is working to show Pakistan its place. So you have Bangladesh now joining in, saying they would not like to attend the summit in Islamabad. You have Bhutan already supporting India, Afghanistan as well supporting India's call that now Pakistan should be formally isolated from SAARC, and this start will be the summit which is to be held in Islamabad. It is an 8-country summit. So Gaurav, this is what it means that if India or one country does not attend the SAARC summit, it's officially called off, because according to the SAARC charter, all 8 countries must attend the summit.
Oh, absolutely. Islamabad SAARC Summit is off. I mean, that's a big slap on the face of a designated global terrorist, sponsoring country. So that is very clear. 19th SAARC Summit in Pakistan is off. Just when India decided India will not go, it was called off. I mean, it was clear it is called off. But there's a bigger story. Usually the complaint is that SAARC is held hostage to India-Pakistan relations. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi has ensured that it's not India-Pakistan. It's the entire region versus Pakistan, because it's not just India. It's Bangladesh that has boycotted it or opted out of it. It's Afghanistan that's opting out of it. Very soon we'll hear Bhutan is opting out of it, and gradually all SAARC nations will opt out of it. So it is not India-Pakistan. It is this region versus a state sponsor of terror, Pakistan.
Be with me. Let me go across to Smita as well, who's joining us. Now, Smita, this is not the first time that a SAARC summit would have been called off, but the reasons this time are more significant because it's a complete isolation of Pakistan in the South Asia region, isn't it?
Well, we'll have to wait and watch if Maldives and Sri Lanka to join, of course, this isolating process or not, because they definitely have close, in fact, military ties with Pakistan. But India, Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Nepal, of course, Bhutan, they're citing the deteriorating security condition in South Asia. Bangladesh is citing this one country that has been creating problems. So this is an attempt of India to try and isolate Pakistan at various levels. On the larger international forum, there is a petition that is now doing the rounds in the US, which has garnered enough number of signatures to draw attention to try and designate Pakistan as a terrorist state. And on, of course, the regional level, for the SAARC forum, where India and Pakistan relations have always dominated this forum, we see now, in fact, voices coming out in support of India against Pakistan.
Absolutely. 1985, since SAARC's inception, there has been a confrontation with India and Pakistan. The underlying diplomatic tensions have always impacted the SAARC summit. Here's what India said yesterday: increasing cross-border terrorist attacks in the region and growing interference in the internal matters and affairs of member states by one country have created an environment that is not conducive to the successful SAARC summit. Now, this is India's stand, which has been reiterated by Bangladesh this morning. That's the news breaking. We'll come back to Gaurav and Smita, but here's a complete report to give you a lowdown of how things stand. Very shaky ground for Pakistan.
We see spectacular progress, but also unprecedented human suffering.
दुनिया में ऐसे देश हैं जो बोते भी हैं तो आतंकवाद, उगाते भी हैं तो आतंकवाद, बेचते भी हैं तो आतंकवाद और निर्यात भी करते हैं तो आतंकवाद। आतंकवादियों को पालना कुछ देशों का शौक बन गया।
After the fireworks at the United Nations General Assembly, India is using its diplomatic machinery to isolate Pakistan in the South Asian region. Prime Minister Modi will not be attending the SAARC meet scheduled in Islamabad in November. The move comes as a direct snub to Pakistan, which denied any culpability in the Uri attack, which left 18 soldiers dead. And India's boycott call is being echoed by 3 other SAARC nations. Afghanistan, Bhutan and Bangladesh are also likely to pull out of the SAARC meet. Pakistan envoy to India, Abdul Basit, was summoned by Foreign Secretary Jai Shankar, who presented him with clinching proof against Pakistan. But the Pakistan envoy accused India of orchestrating the Uri attack with the intention to malign Pakistan's image. From the fiery rebuttal in New York to an isolate Pakistan bid, the government is losing no time in telling Pakistan that terror has no place in statecraft. Bureau Report, India Today.
So, India wielding crowd at the SAARC summit to be held in Islamabad. Let's take you through that. How in 1992, during Kathmandu SAARC summit, also PV Narasimha Rao was facing security threat before the meet, which was eventually held in 1993. He went there. 1995, Pak Prime Minister skipped SAARC. But Pak President then attended the meet. 1999 in Kathmandu as well, SAARC summit was called off. This was done after there was a rule change in Nepal and India had objected to law and order situation in Bangladesh. India, after that in 2002, had refused to attend SAARC summit, citing emergency in Nepal. Summit was eventually held in November 2005. So between the 8 nations in SAARC, there's always been some political tensions, but this is for the first time that you're seeing there is a club which Pakistan is being thrown out of, because you have Bhutan, you have Afghanistan and Bangladesh all standing with India saying it is Pakistan that is spreading terror in the region. Getting some breaking news.